Hello, I'm Zeke, and welcome to the Zekely Podcast. Let's talk Pennsylvania. The guest I have today went from picking beans as a child in rural Illinois to working at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and writing financial stories for the New York Stock Exchange. She's a mother, business owner, and currently running for Erie County Executive. Thank you so much for being here, Christina Vogel.
I'm Zeke, a doctor, a Pennsylvanian, and an unapologetic supporter of democratic values. You might have seen me on social media working my ass off for Democrats and meeting some pretty amazing people along the way, like President Barack Obama and Governor Josh Shapiro. For years, I've knocked thousands of doors all over Pennsylvania and poured my heart and soul into supporting candidates and causes that make a difference, from local school board races to national elections. The personal is political, and I take every election in Pennsylvania personally. Where the mainstream media has failed you, I will give you truth and independence. You'll hear from Democratic leaders, candidates, and changemakers who are working to improve the health of the Commonwealth, and it won't be boring as hell. No matter where you are, I'll meet you with hope and a plan to make your community better one day at a time. Welcome to the Zekely Podcast. Let's talk Pennsylvania.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Is this your first time on a podcast?
I think so, yeah.
I'm really happy this is your first one. We're going to learn all about you, play some games, so let's get right into it, okay? Well, why have you decided as your first time running for office, public office that is, to run for Erie County Executive?
That's a great question. Really, never in my life thought I would run for politics or for office of any kind. It was not something that had ever interested me, to be honest with you, or that I really paid much attention to. But when we left Central Illinois, we moved to Erie 12 years ago. My daughter actually was starting kindergarten. She's getting ready to start her senior year tomorrow.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yes. But we did so without having a single family member in Erie, no friends. We didn't know a single person. And really, when I look back on how I got from where I was to where I am, it was a combination of hard work, a commitment to education, and a supportive community that stepped in throughout my life to kind of fill in where I didn't have kind of the people in place to do that. My mom left when I was 6 weeks old. And so when I came here, it was very important to me to create that community for my kids. And I was very purposeful and intentional about doing that. And so I started out with being on the PTO. I was a Girl Scout troop leader, and then I started my own business, again, trying to build that community connection. So when I watched everything happening with the current county executive and how he is really just taking apart the fabric of the community in Erie, and knowing that I have the skill set to really make a difference and try to improve the lives of the people in Erie County, then that's why I decided I would run. So my kids have an opportunity to be here and have the ability to stay and have jobs here.
So you're doing a lot for your family, but also to give back to the community that has done so much for you.
Correct. Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. And we'll talk a little bit more later about what the current county executive is doing and how you would like to make those things better. Well, we're going to play a game called Mistake by the Lake. Okay. And I only know that term because I actually went to the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Oh, nice.
Back in the day. So I went to medical school there. And so we'll play a little game. All right. It's a little bit trivia game. Okay. So first of all, I don't know if you know this, where does the nickname Mistake by the Lake originally come from?
I don't know.
So it's not what you think. It originated from Cleveland, Ohio. In the 1960s and 1970s, it generated because of the pollution, I guess, a flaming river incident and the urban decline. So it didn't actually originate in Erie. It originated in Ohio. All right, here's another one. Which Erie native headed to California in 1993 to start a band that would go on to make a number of hits around the world?
The guy from Train.
That is correct.
His name. Yeah.
Pat Monahan.
Yes, Pat Monahan.
Pat Monahan. And actually, at LECOM, I don't know if it's still there, but right outside the cafeteria, there was a picture of Train that was signed by the group. So,
that's nice.
And that's why I learned about Pat Monahan coming from Erie, Pennsylvania. All right, here's the last one. True or false? Lake Erie is the deepest of the Great Lakes.
False. It's the shallowest.
Correct. Very good. So on average, the depth is about 62 feet, maximum 210 feet. So you are correct. Very good. Thank you for playing Mistake by the Lake with me. Christina, you've been a grinder from the moment that you could walk, basically. From working on the farm in Illinois, taking odd jobs in your teenage years, When it comes to your work ethic, where do you pull from?
I think my grandparents. I mean, that's what I watched. I mean, my
Uh-huh.
dad too, my grandparents and my father. I mean, my dad, I would watch him get up, whether it was, 20 below or 100 degrees, and he went to work and he worked on Saturdays. He only had
Mm,
Sunday off. And I watched that my entire life.
yeah. So you just it was just embedded in you. You saw it in your own family and just carried that tradition on.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
I have one brother and then I
Mhm.
have a half sister as well.
Oh my gosh. Do they grind as hard as you grind, or are you the chief grinder?
My brother does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. And we
Not
grew
not
up
that
together.
not that there are competitions in families or anything, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you literally don't sit around at holidays and say, "Oh yeah, well I did this," kind of thing, because when I saw dad do this, I was going to do it harder. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen, right?
No.
No, certainly not. Okay. Well, I'm sure your community is grateful for the way you grind because it is very impressive.
Thank you.
You were the mascot for your high school sports team, correct?
That is true. I'm so impressed that you know that.
So, well, what was the mascot? I have to know.
We were the corn jerkers, the Upston corn jerkers,
The corn jerkers.
the corn jerkers.
Can you draw a picture for me of what a corn jerker mascot looks like?
Yeah, well, it is an ear of corn.
Okay.
I was Jerky the corn. That was the mascot's name. That's still the mascot's name. We still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. I'm impressed that you know that.
Oh my gosh, Jerky the corn. And
Yep.
and good memories from being inside that mascot for all those years?
Yeah, you know what? That year that I
Mhm.
was the mascot, it was my junior year in high school, and the
Uh-huh.
football team made it to, I don't know, playoffs. I don't know remember how far they went,
Okay.
but I got to play with the kids on the sidelines and I
Uh,
would just spin them around. It was fun. It was a great year to be the mascot. And
that's
and
awesome.
I got to kind of be on the news doing that
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of
Jerky the
fun.
corn. Oh, I have a couple questions about this, okay?
Sure.
What was your signature dance move?
I mean, we just had like dances, that we did.
Mhm.
I don't know that Jerky had her own. No, I don't think she had her own
Okay.
dance move.
I really, I just the visuals I get of
I know, I
of an
know.
ear of corn, it's hilarious. All right. What did it smell like inside that mascot?
I don't remember it being I
Wasn't
don't
too bad?
remember. No,
Okay.
nothing memorable.
That's good. What generation were you of jerky? Like, where do you know?
That's a great question. I mean, I had a hood, and I don't think they do anymore. Like, I
Okay.
think you can see the face, but I was at least the 3rd iteration of the costume.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah.
glad it didn't smell. They took good care of
Yeah.
it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Did you have a rivalry with any other school mascots?
Well, whenever they would talk about us, because it was so unique, they would
Mhm.
throw in the apple knockers. They would
Apple
throw
knockers.
in the pretzels.
But you never threw down with another mascot at a game. You kept your distance. You kept it respectful.
No, but I will tell you a funny story. So my husband is from another small town in Illinois. We met in
Mhm.
college, and he was a year older than me. And
Okay.
he remembers making fun of the mascot at the football games, which
Uh-huh.
I am now his wife.
There you go. He married Jerky the Corn.
He did.
He
That's right.
married Jerky the Corn. Can't live that one down.
No.
While I was doing research on what a county executive does in Erie, I was super impressed. I mean, it's a huge position. I mean,
It
you're going to
is.
be overseeing, I'm just going to name a few,
Sure.
but the departments of correction,
Mhm.
health and human services, public safety, veterans affairs, the public defender's office, the library, and the county's finance. I mean, there are so many changes that you could make to Erie County by how much power and oversight that you would have. So, how has the current executive been managing all these responsibilities?
Not very well. The current county executive, I think, he's trying to make the position something that it's not.
Mhm.
So the home rule charter is very clear that this is an administrative function of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And for whatever reason, the current county executive has decided that he was going to create his own economic development department, which he is spending about $1 million a year. The county council has sued him 3 times to try to stop him from doing this, but he's
Uh-huh.
continuing as it winds through the courts. He's continuing to do this. So those are $1 million of resources that could go to all of those other areas that you just outlined. And one of the areas that really needs it, I mean, all of them do, but one of them that really needs it is the children and youth services. So the schools are really dealing with a lot of issues still hold over from COVID
Mhm.
of just mental health challenges and just behavioral challenges, and they could really use more resources there. But he's diverted funds to go to this economic development area that is not a function. There's no funding that comes into the
Mhm.
county for this. And so he's just taking resources from other areas. And it's really awful. It's really an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, and it's unfortunate that while it's working its way through the court systems, that the money is just getting spent. You can't get that money back, right? Like once it's
Correct.
spent, it's spent. So I'm really impressed at how much oversight and influence you will have in Erie, Pennsylvania. And I'm sure a lot of people looking forward to you having that type of control.
Yeah, I think so. I know so.
Yeah. Christina, why are you a Democrat? And why do you choose to represent the Democratic Party?
I believe that the Democratic Party is for working people. And I don't know how it got kind of co opted to where somehow there is this misassociation that now the Republicans are for the working class people. That's never been the case.
Mm.
And that is when you get down to the policies that Democrats and Republicans put into place, that is also not the case because the foundation of the country are working class people who are just trying to live a dignified life and have stability in what they do and where they work and be able to live and support their families. And that
Mm.
is what the Democratic Party, in my opinion, is and has always been and continues to try to do.
And I agree with you. I mean, I believe that the Democratic Party believes that government can help people. And you're running for public office. And obviously, if you didn't believe that government worked, you wouldn't be running for, a position where you would be in charge of different mechanisms of government. So I
Correct.
completely agree with you. I'm happy that you're endorsed by the local Democratic Party and by our very own Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis.
Correct.
He's an amazing lieutenant governor.
He is.
Very grateful that you represent the Democratic Party and its values.
Thank you.
What is your favorite activity to do with your family in Erie?
My favorite activity. So let's see, like for all five of us together or
Yeah,
individually with my kids.
yeah, all 5 together.
I would say all five together hiking. We go hiking a
Yeah.
lot, the
Mhm.
five of us. That's something that we've always done since they were really small. Yeah, I think that's probably the thing that I like the most. We play a lot of games. So we play Scrabble, the five of us, which is fun,
Ah,
and card games. So those
yeah.
are the things probably I would say the five of us together. Yeah,
It's a short window in Erie for the hiking, unless you like putting on snowshoes.
this is true.
And Scrabble, yeah, my wife crushes me in Scrabble every time. So, how does social media play into your campaign?
So I'm trying to be very purposeful in how I use social media to be
Mhm.
able to reach as many people targeted as possible. I have a campaign right now that I'm running for registering new voters
Mhm.
that I have boosted on Instagram for 18 to 34-year-olds. But, social media is one of those things where obviously like anything there's pluses and negatives and
Yeah.
it gives everybody a voice and it gives everybody a voice, right?
Mhm.
and
That's
so
true.
um you got to be able to deal with people that you don't like and they don't like what they're saying and they still have the right to say it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's important for people like you that have such positive democratic messaging to flood the zone. I think it's really important. There's so much negative energy on social media in the news right now. People like you give me hope. You really
Thank
do.
you.
You're running for an important position in your county, trying to make change for your community. That's the kind of stuff that government should do. Those are the kinds of things should inspire people to get involved in civics. And so I think just putting that message out there and letting people see what you're doing, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, I think that is inspirational. So thank you for doing that. And I hope
Thank
you
you.
continue to do it. And
Thank you.
then once you're elected, I hope you're on Instagram and TikTok all the time saying, hey, guess what, Erie County? Guess what I did today? Delivering for you because Democrats deliver. And so keep it
Yes.
up. Don't stop. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, Christina, you are the owner of 2 Donato's Pizza locations in Erie County, and you were the first independent female franchisee in company history. Did you know at the time that you were going to be the first when you first went into this?
No, I did
You
not.
didn't know. You just got a message one day from the company saying, "Hey, you're the first."
I learned after I'd already was there. I just didn't
That's
know
incredible.
yeah, it was groundbreaking.
It's incredible. What made you choose Donato's?
So I worked at a regional pizza place when I was in high school, undergrad, and grad school.
Mhm.
And it was about a third of the size of Donato's. So it was very, very familiar to me. But I always wanted to have my own business. It could have been anything.
Mm.
And so I took the 100 best pizza franchises and just went one by one and looked at geography and corporate culture and finance and marketing. And Donato's came out on top. I'd never heard of them or had their
Mhm.
pizza. So we took our kids to the Cleveland Zoo. They have 12 stores in Cleveland. And then we went to a store. Basically, we got a buffet of food, liked it, and I
Mhm.
reached out to them. And that's how it happened.
It's incredible. You did your research. Not
Yes.
only did you look them up, you went there and you literally
Yes.
drove there, tested the supply, and then you went for it. It's incredible. I mean, again, it just lines up with the grind mentality that you have. You do your due diligence. I mean, Erie County would be lucky to have someone like you as their county executive. It's just
Thank
amazing
you.
what you've done just for your small business.
Thank you.
So we're gonna play a little game. Okay, pizza trivia. All right. So here's a couple questions for you. Which pizza chain started the Book It program?
Pizza Hut.
That's right. Did we both do it? I just turned 41. I don't mean to call out your age or anything. Are we
I'm
around the same age?
48.
Okay, so I mean
I
we're in
went
the
to book it.
yeah. I mean
Yeah.
it started in 1984. It's the longest running corporate supported reading initiative in the nation, and it started on the year I was born, 1984. So yeah, you got the first right. I mean, who didn't love getting your personal pan pizza,
I
right?
know.
Loved getting my personal pan pizza for reading the books. It was a great initiative.
Yeah, I agree.
Domino's Pizza originally promised pizza delivery in how many minutes or less, or it was free?
30.
Correct. Very good. You know your pizza chains. All right. Which pizza chain was the first to deliver pizza to the space station in 2001?
I have no idea.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, Pizza Hut was the first pizza chain to do it in space. There you go. All right, I have two more for you. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, which pizza chain delivers pizza to the turtles in the sewer?
I
I would,
love Teenage Mutant Ninja
yeah,
Turtles, but I
mhm,
don't know. And I know they love pizza.
they love
But I'm
pizza.
just gonna guess
Mm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja. What year was it? Do you know the movie?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It has been the 90s.
I mean, I'm gonna say Domino's.
You're right. It
Ah,
was it was Domino's. Very good, Christina. All right, here's the last one. This is a Pennsylvania-based one. All right, which PA-based pizza chain is famous for square-cut pizzas and has a cult following in the Pittsburgh area?
is it Jets?
Vicelli
No. Oh,
Pizza?
Vicelli. Yes.
Vicelli, originally Pizza Outlet. You did a pretty good job, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know your pizza. Well, Christina, how's the door knocking going?
I just started back up on Saturday. Good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, I came to Erie last year and I knocked doors with Jim Wirtz when he
Did
was
you?
running for state senate. I had a great time. It was hot as hell. It gets sticky and hot in Erie, Pennsylvania. So I respect all that door knocking that you do, and I hope that the doors are positive. I really do. I hope that you're connecting with people. I don't think people realize how difficult it is sometimes to just walk up. I mean, I know Erie's your town, right? That's where you live, but still, you don't know everyone in Erie.
Right.
And walking up cold to a door where you don't really know how they're going to react to you, be hostile, or just give you a hard time. It really does take a lot to get the confidence to go out there every day or whenever you can to knock doors. So I'm
Yeah.
grateful that you do it and that you connect with the electorate.
Thanks. I mean, I knocked a lot of doors in the primary. I'm going to knock
Mhm.
a lot of doors now going forward. I actually really like it. I mean, I do
Good.
think that it is a very intimate way to connect with someone.
Mhm.
And obviously, I explain why I'm there, but also I'm not pushy, right? And so
Mhm.
I really try to find the connection and why I'm there. And
Yeah.
if you don't want to be there, I'm not going to like force myself, to talk to you if you don't want to talk
Mhm.
to me.
Right. No, I think it means a lot more when the candidate knocks on your door too. I really do. I think that having a surrogate, I'm sure, look, you can't possibly knock every door in Erie County, so you need to have helpers go out
Yeah.
and knock doors and represent your campaign. But to have the person running for office knock on your door, who's going to represent you for the term that you would get elected, that means a lot. And I hope that people understand that when any candidate knocks on your door anywhere in Pennsylvania, that they're doing it to connect with the electorate and show that they care about serving, because
Yeah.
it is a public service. Even if you get paid for your office, it is still a public service, and they will be represented by you no matter what you do. So I'm really grateful that you're doing that.
Thank you.
You are a member of the Erie County Community College's Board of Trustees, and you literally helped to get a college off the ground and running. I mean, what made you decide to get involved in that endeavor?
There's really two reasons. When I was started at Illinois Wesleyan, I was working at Monocle's Pizza. One of the
Hmm.
people that was working with me that I became friends with, she was going to Heartland Community College and it had just started. I went with her to pick up something from Heartland Community College and it was in the basement of a retail building. Like it looked like a daycare. And I literally was like, are you getting scammed right now? Like, what is this a real college? What is happening? But over the 20 years that I lived in Bloomington Normal, I watched Harlan Community College become this amazing institution in Bloomington Normal. And they do all these great things and they have this great campus. And so that happened before I got to Erie. The second thing
Mhm.
is my brother went to community college and his degree is actually from Eastern Illinois University. He's a vice principal in Danville, Illinois, but he took every single class but two at Danville Area Community College. And so that was another part of my experience. So then I moved to
Mhm.
Erie. I just read about kind of everything that was happening with the community college as time was going on. And then when it was approved in the summer of 2020 by the Pennsylvania Department of Education, they had
Mhm.
an article in the Erie Times News where they were looking to have a board. And if you were interested in applying to be on the board of trustees, you could apply in the paper. So I did. And it's been fantastic. And there was a point in time in January of 2021, if you remember, we had that kind of surge of COVID where
Yeah.
that one strain was kind of taking everything down. And I
Mhm.
thought there's no way that we are going to be able to have this college up and running in August, which was, 7.5 months later. And
Yeah.
we did it. And I was talking to the president of the community college today. They have over 700 students that are enrolled. They feel
Wow.
confident that they'll have over 800 by the time the mid-year, session starts, which is what
Mhm.
the goal is, to have over 800 for the fall semester. And yeah, it's going great. I mean, the first year we graduated 27 people,
Mhm.
and Governor Shapiro came and gave the commencement address. The second year we had over 85 people, and Jill Biden came and gave
Oh,
the address.
wow.
Yes, and this past year in June, we had over 120 graduates. And
Wow.
yeah, it just keeps growing. It's fantastic. I have had employees that have gone through the program that have gotten degrees. And I'm the only one on the board that has school age children, and I'm trying to get my son to go to the college.
Mhm.
So it's been
What a
great. It's been really necessary and needed. The allocation of taxes throughout the Commonwealth was being divvied up a portion for community college, and that
Mhm.
money was not coming back into Erie, and now it is. And those are the types of things where we need those resources, our share of resources, to come back into Erie County and contribute to make Erie County thrive. And without the community college, those dollars would be going elsewhere.
What a gift. What a gift that you gave back to Erie. It's really an incredible story. I mean, education helps lift people out of so many things, out of poverty. It sets their trajectory in life to achieve things that they might not be able to achieve. And,
100%.
and, and you knew that. That's
I
clearly
knew it.
why you wanted to
Yes,
get involved in bringing a community college to Erie, Pennsylvania, and not only driving money to the region, but you're helping the future leaders of this country by getting an education. It's just great. What would you tell someone who doesn't normally pay attention to politics about the importance of not just your race, but all of the positions on the ballot this November 4th?
I would say that you can only affect change if you're involved in the process. And
Mhm.
if you can only be involved in the process if you understand what's happening. And I think that we are all guilty of kind of living for what's in front of us,
Mhm.
and our lives are so busy and we're pulled in so many directions. So I
Mhm.
understand how that happens very much so. But I think that we have kind of abdicated our responsibility, our civic responsibility in our nation, locally, in the state, and in the national politics
Mhm.
when we just aren't involved and we don't know
Yeah.
what's happening.
100%. I mean, people get excited about a lot of things. I know not many people get excited about politics. I get excited about politics because I know how much power and influence politicians can have over people's lives. And I'm a doctor. Their
Yeah,
decisions in Harrisburg affect the care that my patients get. And so that's exciting to me if I can influence someone getting elected who will help the lives of my patients. And it excites me that you could help the lives of people who live in Erie, Pennsylvania. So I agree. You can't complain about something if you're not involved. And if you're not happy, you just have to keep trying to get the right people elected. Democracy is a marathon. You can't get upset if you get false promises or if something just doesn't work out. You got to keep moving the ball forward.
correct.
Well, I feel silly asking this, Christina, because you do so much, but do you have any hobbies?
This is the truth. My biggest hobby is reading business and financial articles. And I
Business.
say that to people, and I've said that for years, and they think I'm kidding. And I'm not, but I am first and foremost a business and financial nerd. I read the
Mhm.
business section every single day,
Okay.
and I enjoy it.
So give me a snippet of the most exciting thing that you read today about business.
Let's see. That's a great question. I would say probably I'll give you a kind of a highlight reel. So Lowe's is having difficulty with trying to pass on the tariff increases to customers, and they're not
Okay.
able to absorb that. 150,000 and up households are showing strain with being able to pay their debts. So their increase in 30-day payments that has increased substantially. And then on kind of the food side of things, Starbucks has been down. So they've had 6 consecutive quarters of reduction in transactions. So their quarter over quarter transactions is going down, and so is their sales, obviously. So those are the 3 that I remember from this morning.
Christina, first of all, that's riveting. I just want you to know, just riveting information. But I'm actually, no, I mean, it's great. I love it. I mean, I find it very interesting. Well, I can't say that I dive into that space, but I respect it. I certainly respect it a lot.
Thank you.
That's great. Well, Christina, I want to swing back to Donato's, okay, your
Okay.
pizza business, because I read that the average tenure of your employees is over 40 months, which is unheard of in the food service industry. So, what do you do to value your employees that other companies are clearly not doing?
Well, it's a combination of things. I mean, one is that I pay them very well. So we start at $11 an hour for if someone who's never ever worked a job before. The minimum wage is $7.25. If you're
That's great.
15, I have a 15-year-old working right now. He starts at $11 an hour.
Mhm.
That I pay. So that doesn't include any tips that they get,
Uh-huh.
just in wages. I give obviously merit increases if you're going to take on more responsibility. So I pay people well. I've continued to give raises and try to keep up with kind of the cost of living. I reimburse my managers for 100% of their health insurance. I don't offer health insurance, but if they go and get it, then I reimburse
Reimburse it.
them for it. And then I have other benefits that I provide for them. So I give them kind of options, and they get to decide whether they want disability insurance, or one person has a term policy. I have one person has a whole life policy that I pay 100% of that for. I have paid time off. So I have employees that earn between 1 and 3 weeks of paid vacation or paid time off that they can use. And because it's a restaurant, we have flexible scheduling. So that's actually weeks at a time that they take, but they can take off any other day. So having a flexible environment where people will come in and work their shift. For me, I will come in, and work people's shifts so that they can have off. And I have a retirement plan where I have a match. So all of those things. But then I'll tell you there's some other things. So I provide cars. I'm the only Donato's that has vehicles, so I provide cars for my drivers, where I pay for I pay for the cars, I pay for the gas, I pay for the maintenance and the insurance. So all you have to be a delivery driver for me is a valid license. And you don't have to have that kind of wear and tear in your own car. So that's another thing that I do. I don't ever take tips, ever, not one time when I work at the store. So if you work with me and it's just me and you get all of the tips. So because I just believe that the core foundation of a business is its people, and businesses say that all the time, and they don't actually walk the walk. And I try very much to walk the walk. And when I'm there's nothing that I won't do in the store to be part of the group. So, I fold boxes, I clean the bathrooms, I wash dishes, whatever I'm there. If I'm there to help, I am there to help and be part of the team. And I think that they genuinely believe that, I see that, and that's why they stay. They like it.
It's
That's the
amazing.
short answer.
No, it's amazing, Christina. I mean, I think not enough people hear stories like this where businesses can thrive and treat their employees with respect and dignity.
Right.
And how many years now have you been running this franchise with the 2 businesses?
9 years in October. 9 years.
9 years. You're not belly up. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
It's obviously clear that you're doing right by your employees. And I hope that more people take that example. And I think people who focus a lot on what's happening in DC with all the negative rhetoric, I think it's important that at the local levels, we have leaders who treat people with respect and dignity. And I think that you will bring
I
that to
agree.
the county executive office.
I completely agree.
Yeah. You created a Pizza with a Purpose fundraising program where you've given back over $96,000 to local organizations, including travel basketball teams, church daycares, robotics clubs, and dozens of others. What brings you the most joy in giving back to your community?
I think it is just building the connections, and it is knowing that we can help make a difference and bring people together. I mean, I started it because when I was a member of the PTO, I was the treasurer for the PTO. I mean, the same people show up to do events for the PTO. You don't need any more stuff in your house, and everybody has to eat dinner. And this is a way that is simple, that is effective, and that really gives $500, $600 to organizations but are really impactful, where they can
Yeah.
buy uniforms, where they can defray the costs of tournaments, where they can provide things for the group, and do experiences. And it's been really great. I have some organizations that have been working with me for years and years and years. I
Mhm.
have actually the basketball team that I worked with in Fairview. They just graduated. Some of them, the oldest group graduated last year. They were in like
Mhm.
fourth grade when I started doing stuff with them. And I have an inner city school that I do a boys basketball team. We've been doing that for, gosh, I don't even know, 5 or 6 years. He just reached out to me today also that we've kind of sponsored different events for them for many years, and they go to tournaments and they use the money to go and do team building events. They go to like putt-putt and they
Mhm.
go to little, different things like that. And it's really impactful for them.
I'm really happy that you use your success in your franchise to give back to your community in yet another way, in terms of donating all that time and money. So really great. And when you get elected to Erie County executive, are you going to be able to still be involved in that, working with your franchise and giving money back to the community? There's no conflict of interest here or anything?
No, it should be fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And most people, they have my phone number, so they will find me.
Yeah. I certainly hope so. Christina, what does your family think of your run for county executive?
It's a great question. My daughter loves it. She
Uh-huh.
was very encouraging for me to, she was one of the ones saying, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it.
Uh-huh.
My 13-year-old is almost 14. I think he's in that age where he's kind of like, he doesn't want to be noticed so much. And so he's kind of got that going on. But he's gone to events with me.
Yeah.
And then my oldest son, he asked me about it a lot. He's my son that's on the autism spectrum. So he's curious, but he doesn't really say much. And my husband, I think, is just ready for November 4th.
Yeah. I'm
Looking
sure
around a lot.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. It is a big sacrifice for family when anyone runs for office, and not just the time commitments, but also just facing public scrutiny.
Yes.
It's not always roses when you're running for public office. So it can be difficult for the family, but I'm grateful to your husband and your kids for allowing you to run for this position.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What gives you hope?
The young people always, I feel like young people by and large get a bad rap, but I am always impressed time and time again with the young
Hmm.
people in just a variety of ways. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I'm sure the young people you interact with give you a lot more hope because you treat them so well.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that plays into it. What plans do you have to get yourself through these next few years?
Well, my friends in Illinois, my close
Mhm.
friends in Illinois are having a Friendsgiving on November 22nd, and I'm going to
Okay.
go to that. And that is what I'm like, I keep that in my head of like, okay, I got to get
Yeah.
through these next 10 weeks and then I get to see them. So,
Mm.
and then we are going to Hawaii for my husband's 50th birthday in
Oh,
December. So
nice.
I'm trying to like
Yeah.
think, okay, I got to get through this stuff. And then I have these couple
Hmm.
things that I know that I
Right.
can advance
Get
on.
through November 4th, and then there's a lot of celebrations to come.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Christina Vogel, running for Erie County Executive, will be on the ballot this November 4th. I can't vote for you.
I
I'm
know.
excited for your campaign. I
Thank you.
really want you to win. What can people do to support you?
Okay, so the three things: they can give money. Campaigns are expensive. If they have the financial resources and are willing to do that, they can give
Mhm.
money. We had people from across the United States that has made calls. You can make calls for us.
Mm.
If you are anywhere near Erie and you want to knock doors, you can do that. And you can just tell people, if you're in Erie County, tell other people why I am the best person to vote. And if you're in Erie County, you can vote on November 4th. I need your vote.
100%. And what's your website?
ChristinaVogel.com? Yes.
Yep, I'll promote that, and I'll be sure to promote that for you.
Okay. ChristinaVogel.com.
ChristinaVogel.com. Got it. Again, I'm super excited you're running for this important position in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I wish you the best of luck. And I don't think this is going to be the last time we're going to cross paths.
Awesome. That would be great. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Zeekly podcast. Stay hopeful and get involved. And until next time, let's keep building a stronger Pennsylvania together.